Here's an article about why it's so important to make sure that you and your partner are on the same page. But before we get into that, give me those free freebies. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm your host for the Firm and Fair podcast, The Spencer Perspective, and we have work to do. Let's get it. This is number 5 out of 10 as far as the last part of the series is concerned. This will be our final Firm and Fair look at realistic situations in relationships and how should we navigate them. I'm going to leave a link in the low bar so that you're able to read the article after the fact. Let's take a look. Should I, 26 female, divorce my husband, 42 male? We already have a problem. I have no one else to turn to, so advice is really appreciated. That's even more of a problem too. So I'm going to read the article and then give you my thoughts. So I met my now husband when I was 20 and he was 36. Things move so fast. We decided to move in together after our first date. Oh man, all right. That's not fair to you. You met him when you were 20, so you were highly impressionable. That's very predatory. I'm 34 years old. I would be so uncomfortable living with a 20-year-old, let alone dating one. But still, all right, not on the same page so far, but got an apartment right away. He has always been good to me, but we did fight a lot. Those two don't go hand in hand. I'm sorry. Someone can't be good to you, but then you also fight a lot. You got to remember that. You need one type of mode in your relationship, peace and understanding. If you're fighting a lot, that tells you the strength of the relationship. It's not there where it needs to be. So no one could be good to you, and you're also fighting a lot at the same time. Those don't work too well. He also wanted kids and to get married, and he was pressuring me from the beginning despite the fact that I told him I wasn't ready. You have to listen to yourself. You have to listen to your gut too. If you're not ready, you're not ready. That means you're not on the same page. Now, after a year of being together, he said he needed those things or he would have to move on. Ultimatums? Yeah, I'm sorry. You're in a very bad predicament as of right now. I was in love and attached to him, so I agreed even though it wasn't what I wanted. You got to realize these decisions that you make in your relationship, they can affect you for the rest of your life. I know that all too well. I got pregnant and we got married. After I had my son, who I love very much and don't regret, I found it hard to be happy and have been thinking about divorce ever since. So it's been 4 years since I've been contemplating a divorce now. 4? You got 4 years and you're already up, like, in 4 years, like, for 4 years you've been thinking about leaving. Does this sound like a relationship? I have tried, however, I try so hard to push it out of my mind because I'm so scared because I've never been alone. And also I have so much guilt. I don't want to be a selfish person. We're perfectly fine and he treats me well, but I'm so unhappy. The only time I start to feel happy and hopeful again is when I think about a divorce. Again, it's been 4 years I've thought about this and I've been in therapy, just me, not couples, for 2 years, and I've tried to be happy, but I'm just not. I don't want to hurt my husband, but more importantly, I don't want to hurt my son, especially when I don't have a real reason. Please give me advice. I have no one else to turn to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to reread that last sentence, okay? And this is what it means to be firm and fair. When I don't have a real reason, if you want to leave, that is the reason, okay? You don't even need anything else besides that. Everything can be going perfectly well. If you want to leave, that is your God-given right. You don't have to be in a relationship if you don't want to be in one. He pressured you to do so many different things. You were not on the same page. He rushed your adulthood. He actually tricked you because he realized that he was at the end of his peak. He had a very young woman, and he trapped you. There's no other way for me to position this. He trapped you. Me speaking, I would never be comfortable with the idea of dating a 20-year-old, let alone getting married and impregnating her before she's even 25. This is emotional irresponsibility. That's what this is. Let's take a look at some of the comments, see what people think if they're on the same page. The only reason you need is that you don't want to be in this marriage. Exactly. You don't need any other reason. If you don't want to be in a relationship, ladies and gentlemen, do not be in that relationship. Only be in a relationship that allows for you to be happy, where you feel like you're yourself. To feel otherwise, you're not even you. So then again, are you in a relationship or else a different version of you is. Now, realistically, your husband is predatory. Exactly. And push for the situation knowing you didn't know any better and would agree to anything. Exactly. You don't get to really live life until you're 25, between 25 and 30, like before you really get to understand things. Talk to a lawyer. They'll give you the best advice. You speak nicely of your husband, but you wouldn't be here if you were in a healthy relationship. Good luck. I'm going to upvote that because I think that that's the solid input. I'm not going to type anything myself, but yeah, your reason is that you're unhappy, and the best thing for you, for your son, is for his mother to be happy in her life. Or do you wish him to grow up looking at his mom who is miserable? Not to mention the conflicts that may arise during this time. Yeah, exactly. Someone actually quoted what she said. The only time I start to feel happy and hopeful again is when I think about a divorce. Well, in this case, it's time to rip that band-aid off. You know what you have to do. No one else can do this for you. You're 26. You still have a lot of life to enjoy. You choose. You pick and choose how you would like to spend the rest of your life. Do you want to spend it unhappy in a relationship where there's nothing really wrong, but there's everything that's actually wrong? Or do you want a second shot? A second shot. I think that's worthwhile. You have to be selfless in order to become selfish. So, I mean, you have to become selfish in order to be selfless. So you were selfless. He was selfish. If both of you were on the same page and you were picking yourselves and picking each other, this might have been different, especially if he was around your age. But he's not even around your age. In 8 years, he'll be 50. You're going to be 34. What type of quality of life do you think that you're both going to have together? I think you're going to do better. I'm trying to do better as well, too. We all will. This is the Firm and Fair Podcast, and I'm out.